categories and tags. And we did talk about this the first pass around. I just wanted to tie it in with the posting. So when we create categories, we have a whole editing process here for categories. They also have a URL-friendly version of the name. And we put one in last session, so I'm going to edit that one. And so I didn't think anything of actually thinking about what the category could be, the slug could be, the URL-friendly version of that. And it's important because the search engines are going to, if the particular list of the category you have somehow becomes important on the internet, and people are linking to this particular link because it's got a listing of articles that are really relevant, and just that one link brings them all up. This is the slug for it. So you could change it here. If I go back to the web page running, there's something called widgets, but if you look on the sidebar, there is the SEO. Categories is what they call. This is a sidebar in this theme, and you can add widgets to it. So one of the widgets is categories, which I think it's on by default. So I go to SEO, and this is a 2014 theme that comes with the new WordPress that came out in December. And so up here on the URL line, as you can see where the slug shows up. It also has the word category. So it's just something to take note of. It's an SEO item. If we were going down a list of them, that's an important one to know. But you can manage your categories. And there's a management page for you to manage them. And for example, let's see, SEO, general. And we could just make up what this site's going to be about, but let's create a new category. We'll call this technology. And the slug will be technology. I think it will put one in for us. We'll have no parent, but we're going to get to a parent. Description for mouse. Some themes may show this description, some may not. Add the category. It doesn't affect your website at this point in time. Let's add a category, HTML. Slug will be HTML. Its parent will be technology. And again, we could add a description. And then we can change these levels around as we want. I would recommend you don't go overboard on categories. Try to think very carefully about high-level categories that organize the content in meaningful ways. I've gone down that route where I got category crazy, and it just doesn't help a lot. Users will use these categories, I guarantee you that. So if you go to, let's go to one of the posts. Yeah, let's just take this one. And we'll go down here. Here's where you can assign the category. So we'll put in the HTML category, the technology, take it out of general. You always get one. It's called uncategorized. You usually want to rename it or get rid of it. But there's always going to be a category assigned, and that's in your settings. So this one actually wasn't published yet. It's published now, so we go view it. So if a user came from the internet to this link, and they're looking at this, and they say, yeah, that's pretty interesting. It's talking about, I guess, WordPress and HTML, maybe, whatever it is. They'll often click on they'll sometimes come over to the category and see if there's more articles on it. So that's one of the reasons why you would have categories. But you want to keep them more general, higher level. And then you have tags, which appear as part of the article in this theme. So I already have oh, actually, these are categories, my mistake. These look like the categories up here. So they've actually showing them in two places. So if I do click on these, I'm going to get a screen with just all the articles that have been in that category. Right. And so we'll go back to the editing screen. Go to posts. And now we're in the editing screen. Let's go to tags. You'll notice these are listed under posts. So they only relate to your postings and not to pages. And we have a category called tags. And so that's why we don't have any tags. I haven't put any in. So we could be redundant here. So tags are just like any other tags you've seen on websites, just a way to help sort the content out. So think of these carefully too. And whether you want both or not, it's all a matter of choices. So if we put in here let's say web development. I don't know, web development. It's an awful big name. And maybe we'll shorten this to web-dev. And where we hit add new tag. There's no parent-child relationships here. And we'll go to that same post. So one had video in it. Well, I can't follow here. It's actually moved up to the top. The sort here, I guess, is on last edited. And we'll go over here to the bottom down here has tags. So you can choose from tags. It actually doesn't show them at this point. I'm not sure why it doesn't show it, but let's put in here web. And it finds it in the list. It just doesn't show it ahead of time. So that's one that's already there. Hit add. And then we'll have to update the page. And then we'll view it. And then let's see where they put those. They put those down at the bottom on this particular theme. So these are the big difference that I've seen in the themes I've worked with is the tags are always on the blog article page, whereas categories can be put in as a sidebar widgets. I haven't seen the tags. Yes, there is what they call a tag cloud widget. I've seen that. Tag cloud widgets were cool when they invented them, but I don't think users really like them. And what tag cloud widgets are, the more it keeps a count of the articles that are attached to a particular tag, creates a cloud, and that particular tag word in the cloud is bigger than the ones that have a lower count. And so that's what that does. But it's an important item because users who are reading this article say, oh, this person has more articles on web development, and this tag you have carefully thought about is related to the content. And don't go overboard again. The idea is to keep the user on your site, navigating through your site, and hopefully to an action page, or they're just seeing ads that you're trying to get money off of them, clicking on ads, or whatever the purpose is. So you want to keep these so that they're going to be motivating, and not so many that they're mind-boggled by all the choices that are down at the bottom of the screen. Oh, look at all these tags. Which one should I pick? So reduce their choices, but make them good ones. And keep your content well organized. It's all a matter of content design. There's a whole category of knowledge around designing your content and figuring out what's important, what's not, before you go out and try to post everything you could think of that you want to put on the internet. So I think that covers tags and categories, other than the fact that you would want to get into the little details of the screens. Keep in mind, if you delete them, there's penalties because articles that have the tags will lose them. It all updates that in the database for you.